Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our podcast. Today's topic is something exciting, something inspiring, something that touches every person listening. We're talking about your future, not just goals, not just dreams, your entire vision of who you want to become.
Yep, the future. It's one of those subjects that can either make you feel super motivated or super stressed, depending on where you are in life.
Exactly. Some days your future feels full of possibilities. Other days it feels like a big, foggy mystery.
Or like a heavy responsibility.
Yes, it's like, what am I supposed to do with my life? That question can haunt people.
And it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 48, everyone goes through those moments.
Absolutely. So today we want to have a long, real conversation. A conversation about how we imagine our futures, the fears connected to them, the hopes, the uncertainties, and the decisions that shape them.
And hopefully, by the end of this episode, listeners feel a little clearer, a little lighter, and a little more inspired.
So, Jack, let me start with the big question. How often do you think about your future?
Oh, man. Honestly, I think about it almost every day. Not in a stressful way, but in a checking in with myself kind of way. Like, am I moving in the direction I want to go? Am I becoming the person I want to become?
That's interesting. So, it's not about specific goals?
No, it's more like a feeling, a vibe, a direction. I don't tell myself by 2028 I must achieve this. Instead, I ask, does this path feel right to me? Does it make me excited? That's how I make decisions.
I like that. It sounds intuitive.
Yeah, but I used to be the opposite. I used to be super strict about timelines. Like, by this age, I have to do this. By that age, I must do that. But life doesn't follow our schedules.
No, it really doesn't. Life interrupts your plans constantly.
Exactly. Careers change, relationships shift, opportunities appear, some doors close unexpectedly. If you're too rigid, you'll break.
I totally understand. I used to think about my future as a checklist. When I was a teenager, I said, I'll do this by 25, that by 30. And when things didn't match my timeline, I felt like I was behind.
That's such a common feeling.
Yes, but one day I realized there is no behind. Everyone has a different path. That realization changed everything.
So, what does future mean to you now?
Hmm, good question. To me, the future is possibility. It's like a canvas that I can paint on. And I don't have to paint everything at once. I can change the colors, change the style, even start over if I want.
That's a beautiful metaphor.
Thank you. But seriously, the future used to scare me. Now it excites me.
Same. And honestly, I think fear and excitement are just two sides of the same thing, the unknown. The unknown is scary, yes, but it's also full of potential.
Exactly. And I think people forget that. They focus only on the fear, not the potential.
Right. Let me ask you something deeper then. When you imagine your future, do you imagine success or do you imagine problems?
That's deep. But I'll be honest, I used to imagine problems. I used to picture mistakes, failures, difficulties. My brain went straight to worst case scenarios.
That's survival instinct.
Yes, but over time, I trained myself to imagine success instead, to imagine things working out, to imagine confidence instead of fear.
That's powerful.
It changed my whole mindset. I started acting differently because I started thinking differently.
I love that. And you know what? Most people never consciously imagine their future. They just worry about it. But imagining your future is different from worrying about it.
Absolutely. Worry is fear-based. Imagining is vision-based.
Exactly. So how about you, Jack? When you think of your future, what's the first image that comes to mind? Freedom.
Freedom?
Yes. Freedom to use my time how I want. Freedom to choose work I enjoy. Freedom to create the life I want. To me, that's the meaning of the future. Building a life where I feel free.
That's so real. Freedom is such a deep thing, but so personal. Everyone has a different definition.
Exactly. And I think people confuse future goals with external achievements. But your real future is about the kind of life you want to experience.
Yes, not just what you want to have, but how you want to feel.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. Do you think people should plan their future or just go with the flow?
I think they should do both. Have direction, but stay flexible. Have vision, but stay open. Have goals, but accept that life will edit them.
That's a perfect balance.
What about you?
I think planning is useful, but I don't think people should try to control everything because trying to control the future leads to disappointment.
Yes, because life is unpredictable.
Right. But being totally passive is also risky. If you don't choose a direction, life will choose one for you, and you might not like it.
So true.
I think the best approach is intention. Not a strict plan, but a clear intention.
That's really well said.
Let me ask something more personal now. What's one thing you genuinely hope your future self has achieved?
I hope my future self has built a life of balance. Not just success, not just money, not just comfort, but a life where I feel balanced mentally, emotionally, physically, and socially.
I love that. Balance is underrated.
What about you? What do you want your future self to achieve?
Inner peace.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah, I want a future where my mind feels calm, where I trust myself, where I don't have to constantly battle negative thoughts.
That's beautiful.
And I want a future where I feel proud of who I've become, not just what I've achieved.
That's a detail a lot of people miss.
Yes, because achievements are temporary, but the person you become lasts forever.
Very true.
Here's another question. Do you ever worry about choosing the wrong path?
Of course, everyone does. But I've learned something valuable. Even the wrong path can teach you something essential.
Yes, even a mistake can be a step forward.
Exactly. I've made decisions that felt wrong at the time, but later I realized they led me to something better.
Same here.
So I don't fear wrong choices anymore. I just fear not choosing. Indecision is the real enemy.
That's such a powerful statement.
If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever.
Yes, the future belongs to people who take action, even small action.
Right. The future is created step by step.
Okay, let's get philosophical. Do you believe people can design their own future, or is it mostly luck?
I think it's both. You can design your direction. You can design your habits. You can design your environment. But luck, timing, and opportunity also play a role.
Yes, but you have to be prepared when luck arrives.
Exactly. Luck is useless if you're not ready.
That's why improving yourself is the best investment for your future.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's talk about fear, because fear is probably the biggest thing stopping people from imagining a better future.
Absolutely. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of disappointment, fear of uncertainty.
Fear of starting late.
Oh, yes. People always say, I'm too old. But it's never too late.
Exactly. You'll be older anyway, so you might as well grow into someone you want to be.
I love that.
When I think about the future, I remind myself everything I want begins with a single step.
One step. That's all it takes to begin.
And the beautiful thing is, the future changes the moment you decide to change.
Yes. The moment you make a new decision, your whole timeline shifts.
I love that idea.
Me too.
So, continuing our conversation, let's dive deeper into the idea of shaping your future through your identity. Because I really believe that who you think you are becomes who you become in the future.
Absolutely. Identity shapes actions. Actions shape habits. Habits shape your future. It's all connected.
Exactly. And many people try to change their future by setting goals, but they don't change their identity. They don't change the way they see themselves.
Yes, I always say, if you see yourself as a person who always gives up, you will always give up. But if you see yourself as someone who keeps trying, you will keep trying.
It's like the foundation of a house. Your identity is the base. If the foundation is weak, the house won't stand no matter how beautiful it is.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like your identity has changed over the years?
Oh, totally. My identity used to be full of doubt. I used to think I wasn't capable enough, smart enough, or confident enough. And because I believed that, my actions matched those beliefs.
I relate to that so much.
But over time, I changed the story I told myself. I started telling myself, I'm capable, I'm learning, I'm growing. And slowly, my actions started to change.
That's such an important message. People think the future changes when something big happens, but the future changes when you change.
Yes, the future doesn't start next year, it starts now.
Let's talk about long-term vision. Do you have one?
Yes, but it's not super specific. My long-term vision is more about how I want to live rather than what I want to achieve.
Exactly.
I want peace, freedom, meaningful relationships, time for creativity, and a life where I feel aligned with myself. That's my vision.
I think that's a great way to think about it, because sometimes people think a future vision means knowing every detail. What career, what city, what income, what achievements.
Right, but that's overwhelming.
And unrealistic, because who you are now is not who you will be in 10 years. Your future self might want totally different things.
Yes, that's why the best vision is about the experience, not the specifics.
Let's talk about something people often avoid. Fear of the unknown. Why do you think the unknown scares people so much?
Because the unknown means no control. Humans love control. We want certainty. We want guarantees. But the future doesn't offer guarantees.
Exactly. And because people can't control everything, they imagine the worst.
Yes, and that fear freezes them. They don't take risks. They don't try new things. They don't explore opportunities.
But ironically, the unknown is also the place where all good things come from.
Literally, every dream, every relationship, every skill, every success, none of them existed before we took a step into the unknown.
But people forget that.
They do. So I always remind myself, the unknown is not dangerous. It's just unfamiliar.
That's such a great way to put it.
Let's shift into something more practical. What do you think is one thing people can do today, right now, to create a better future?
Improve one habit. Just one. Not 10, not 20, not 50. One small habit.
Why just one?
Because one small habit creates momentum. When people try to change too much at once, they fail. But one tiny change, that's manageable.
Yes, and small changes compound.
Exactly. One small change today can become a huge difference in 5 years.
That's very true.
Let me ask you another deep question. Do you ever worry that your future won't match your expectations?
I used to, but now I don't, because I realized something very important. The future doesn't have to match my expectations, it just has to match my growth.
Wow, that's powerful.
If I keep growing, if I keep learning, if I keep improving, my future can't be bad. It might look different from what I imagined, but it will still be good.
I completely agree. As long as we're growing, our future will lead us somewhere meaningful.
Exactly.
Let's talk about past mistakes, because a lot of people can't imagine a better future because they're stuck in the past.
Yes, that's a huge problem.
People think their past defines their future.
But it doesn't.
Not at all.
Your past is not a prediction, it's a lesson.
Exactly.
I used to carry guilt and regret about decisions I made years ago. But one day I realized if I keep replaying the past, I can't create a better future.
Yes, the future needs your attention
And your energy.
and your hope.
Absolutely.
So now I choose to look forward, not backward.
Same here.
Let's talk dreams. Big dreams. Do you believe everyone should have a big dream?
Yes, but a big dream doesn't have to be famous or rich. A dream can simply be the desire to live a meaningful life.
Yes, I love that.
Some people dream of building a business. Some dream of traveling the world. Some dream of raising a loving family. Some dream of inner peace.
All dreams are valid.
Exactly.
What's one of your big dreams?
One of my big dreams is to create something that lasts longer than me. Something meaningful, maybe creative, maybe educational, maybe emotional, that continues to inspire others even after I'm gone.
Wow, that's beautiful.
What about you? What's one of your big dreams?
I want to help people. I want to teach, guide, motivate, and support others to become the best version of themselves.
And you're already doing that.
Thank you, but I want to do it on a larger scale someday.
I believe you will.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Let's talk about time, because time is such a big factor in our future.
Yes, absolutely.
People always say, I don't have time. But the truth is, they have time, they just don't use it intentionally.
Yes, time isn't the issue. Priorities are.
Exactly.
Every minute you spend scrolling, worrying, or procrastinating is a minute taken away from your future self.
That's so real.
And yet we all do it.
Yes, we do. But once you become aware of how precious time is, the way you live changes.
Completely.
I think the biggest secret to creating a great future is respecting your time.
Definitely. Time is the only resource you can't get back.
You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But time, once it's gone, it's gone.
That's why I try to spend my time wisely now.
Same here.
Let's talk about something else. Pressure. People feel enormous pressure about their future.
Yes, especially young people.
Yes.
Society tells them they must figure it out, but nobody has it all figured out.
Not even adults.
Especially not adults.
That's the truth.
So let me ask you, do you think there's such a thing as being behind in life?
No, not at all. Everyone has their own timeline, and comparing your timeline to someone else's is pointless.
Exactly. Someone else's success doesn't threaten your success.
Yes, there's no finish line in life.
And no deadline for success.
You can start over at 20, you can start over at 40, you can start over at 70.
The future doesn't close. It just waits for you.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Let's talk about belief, because this is where everything truly begins.
Absolutely.
If you don't believe you can improve your future, you won't even try.
Right. Belief is the engine. Belief is the fuel.
And the problem is, many people have limiting beliefs.
Yes. I'm not good enough. I'm too old. It's too late. I'm not smart enough. I'll fail anyway.
These beliefs destroy the future before it even begins.
They become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yes, because if you think you can't, you won't.
But the moment you say, maybe I can, everything changes.
A new possibility appears.
And possibility is the heart of the future.
Exactly.
So let's wrap up part 2 with this final thought. Your future is not something you wait for. Your future is something you create, slowly, consistently, with courage and intention.
Yes. And your future begins right now, with your next thought, your next choice, your next step.
Exactly. And if you're listening, just remember, you're not stuck. You're not too late. You're not behind. Your future is wide open.
And you are capable of shaping it.
We believe in you.
We definitely do.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of our Rian English Channel podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today, we're going into a topic that touches everyone sooner or later. Sad moments. Moments we don't talk about enough, but sometimes they teach us the most. But before we start, please subscribe our channel. It really helps us.
Yeah, sadness is universal, but we all deal with it differently. And talking about it, honestly, helps. So, Jack, let's start with a simple but deep question. When was the last time you felt really sad?
I think it was a few weeks ago. I got a message from a childhood friend saying his father passed away. I hadn't spoken to him in years, but that news hit me. It reminded me of how fragile everything is and how fast life moves.
I know that feeling. It's like sadness mixed with nostalgia, guilt, and something else you can't even name.
Exactly. Sad moments are rarely just one feeling. They're layered.
So, what did you do? Did you call him?
I did. I wasn't sure if I should because sometimes you don't know what to say. But I called, and he cried. And hearing him cry made me cry too. It was one of those moments when silence speaks louder than words.
That's powerful. Sometimes presence matters more than advice. Just being there.
Right. What about you, Emma? When was your recent sad moment?
Mine was a bit different. I found an old picture of me and my cousin. He moved abroad years ago, and we were inseparable as kids. Seeing that picture made me miss the simplicity of childhood and the people who used to be in my everyday life.
Time changes everything.
Yeah, and I think one source of sadness is realizing that some things can never go back to how they were.
That hits hard. Growing up comes with so many invisible losses. Time, people, moments.
Yes, And sometimes sadness comes quietly, not like a big wave, but like a small cloud that stays with you all day.
I know that kind. The silent sadness.
Exactly.
You mentioned your cousin. Did you two spend a lot of time together?
Oh, yes. We played every weekend, every holiday, every birthday. He was like a brother. But then he moved and we just grew apart. Not because anything happened, just life.
Life always gets in the way.
What about you? Any childhood sad moments that still stay with you?
Yeah. I remember the day my dog died. I was around 10. I didn't understand death yet. I kept asking my parents why he couldn't just wake up tomorrow. That kind of sadness stays in your memory forever.
Childhood sadness is so pure. You don't understand the world enough to explain the pain, so you just feel it deeply.
Yes, and it shapes how you deal with sadness as an adult.
I also think some of the saddest moments in life come from relationships, breakups, misunderstandings, losing connection.
Absolutely. You ever had a moment where someone you loved deeply suddenly felt distant?
Many times. One moment you're close, the next you're strangers. It's a different kind of heartbreak.
I remember one relationship where we both loved each other, but our lives were going in different directions. Ending it wasn't dramatic. It was sad. Quietly sad.
That's the worst kind. When there's no anger to blame it on. Just life.
Exactly. What about you? Any sad moment from a past relationship?
Yeah, I remember when someone I really cared about said, "You deserve someone better than me." It sounds kind, but it hurt. Because what I heard was, "I'm leaving."
That sentence is like a soft knife.
Yeah, it stays with you.
Another big source of sadness is loneliness, even when you're surrounded by people.
Oh, absolutely. Some of my saddest moments happen when I was physically around others but emotionally alone.
Same. Loneliness hits hardest at night, I think.
Yes. When the world is quiet, your mind gets louder.
That's when old memories come back. Things you thought you forgot.
And you start replaying conversations, thinking about things you should have said or shouldn't have said.
Have you ever felt sad because you failed at something important?
Many times. One time, I trained for a competition for months. I was sure I'd win. But on the day, I froze. Completely froze. I didn't place in the top 5. I felt embarrassed, ashamed, disappointed.
Did you cry?
Oh, yes! In the bathroom, alone. I didn't want anyone to see me.
I've cried in a bathroom too. It's like a universal crying room.
Totally. A strange safe space.
My big failure sadness happened when I lost a job I really wanted. I worked so hard for it. When I got the rejection email, I sat on the floor and didn't move for an hour.
I know that feeling too. Probably the deepest sadness comes from losing someone forever.
Yes. Grief is a storm with no predictable pattern.
True. One day you feel okay. The next day, a small memory breaks you.
And even years later, grief can surprise you.
Like hearing a familiar song or smelling something they used to like.
Or seeing someone who looks like them.
Yeah, it hits hard.
Regret is another type of sadness, a heavy one.
Yes, especially the regret of not saying something when you had the chance.
Or not doing something you knew you should have.
Or letting fear stop you.
Or hurting someone without meaning to.
Regret is sadness tied to time because you can't change it.
I do think sadness, even though painful, teaches us a lot.
Absolutely. It makes you more empathetic, more human,
It helps you grow.
and it shows you what matters in life.
Wow, that was deep. Sadness connects people in a strange way.
Yes, because when you share your sadness, you realize you're not alone.
And that makes the sadness a little lighter.
Just a little. But enough.
All right, everyone, that was part 1. We're just getting started.
In part 2, we'll talk about how people cope with sadness, how to help someone who is sad, and some personal stories we haven't shared yet.
Stick around.
Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing our deep conversation about sad moments, how they shape us, how they change us, and how we learn to stand back up. Jack, before the break, you were talking about that heavy moment when you felt completely burned out. I think everyone can relate to that. But let me ask you, after going through something like that, did you change anything in your life afterward?
Absolutely. And it wasn't instant. At first, I just felt tired. Then I felt angry. But eventually, I started asking myself real questions, questions I had been avoiding. Like, why am I doing so much? And why am I afraid to rest? And the answer kind of hit me. I was scared people would think less of me if I slowed down.
That's so real. Many people tie their worth to how, quote-unquote, productive they are, but that creates sadness quietly, like a slow leak in your emotions.
Exactly. And I realized my sadness was not about the work itself. It was about the pressure I put on myself, the expectations, the fear of failing. And once I saw that, I started making changes. Smaller workload, more time outside, more time with people I care about.
That right there, that's growth. Sadness, in a strange way, teaches us what matters. Let me share something too. There was a moment years ago when I felt so alone. I was surrounded by people, friends, coworkers, everyone. But inside, it felt like no one really understood me. I felt invisible.
Invisible, yes. That's such a painful feeling. What triggered it?
I think it was a combination of things. Stress, expectations, trying to be the strong one all the time. You know, the friend who always listens, always helps, always gives advice. And then one night I was at a gathering with friends, and suddenly it hit me. No one actually knew how overwhelmed I felt. I was smiling, laughing, but inside, I was sinking.
That's the hardest sadness, the one you hide.
Exactly. And what made it so deep was that I didn't know how to tell anyone. I didn't want to burden others, but keeping all that inside was its own kind of pain.
So what changed? What helped you?
One friend asked a simple question. Hey, you look tired. Are you okay? And that one moment opened the door. I didn't cry or anything, but I finally said, I'm stressed. That tiny bit of honesty helped me breathe again.
Speaking of breathing, one of the saddest moments in my life was saying goodbye to someone I really cared about, someone who moved to another country. It wasn't dramatic, but it hurt deeply because, life will never be quite the same.
Goodbyes are hard, even if they're peaceful. Even if there's no fight, no drama, the sadness comes from the space they leave behind.
Yes, exactly. After they left, I kept reaching for my phone to text them about the smallest things. And then I would remember, they're in a different time zone. They're living a new life. And you're no longer part of their daily world.
That kind of sadness feels like a slow ache. It doesn't scream, it whispers.
Yes, it's gentle but deep. And eventually you learn to live with it.
I think another type of sadness people don't talk about enough is the sadness from failing ourselves, not reaching a goal, not becoming who we thought we'd be by a certain age.
Oh yeah, that hits home. I think many people carry silent regret.
Absolutely. And it hurts because the disappointment comes from inside. For example, I once worked so hard for something, months and months, and I still didn't get the result I hoped. I felt crushed. And the worst part? I felt embarrassed.
Embarrassed to fail?
Yeah. Even though no one judged me, it was all in my mind. I thought people would think I wasn't good enough. That sadness lingered for weeks. I kept replaying everything I could have done differently.
That's the part that destroys you, the replaying. Humans love to torture themselves with what if.
Exactly. But with Kime, I realized something. The failure was painful, but it wasn't the end of me. I actually learned to be more patient, more resilient, more understanding with myself.
Let's get into something deeper. Childhood sadness. Because those moments shape who we become more than we realize.
I agree. Childhood sadness sticks with us. It becomes part of our emotional DNA.
When I was a kid, I remember feeling really sad when I didn't understand things. Like when adults talked about problems and I felt helpless. I think that's when I learned to bottle things up, because kids don't always know how to express emotions.
Same here. My saddest childhood memory is feeling like I wasn't good enough. I compared myself to everyone, my cousins, classmates, even imaginary expectations. And even though my family supported me, I still carried the sadness of feeling less than.
It's surprising how early that starts.
So early. And then you grow up learning to hide the sad parts of yourself.
Another thing that makes people sad, even adults, is feeling left out. It's not childish at all. It hurts at any age.
Definitely. I remember once when some friends made plans without me. They didn't mean to hurt me, but it stung. I felt like I wasn't important.
That's a terrible feeling. Like you're replaceable.
Exactly. And I think that moment changed the way I treat people. Now I try to make sure no one around me feels excluded.
Let's shift the energy a little bit. Because one of the most powerful things about sadness is that it teaches strength.
Yes, sadness reveals who we really are, and it builds character.
When you've gone through something heartbreaking, you become more understanding, more empathetic, more human.
That's true. People who have experienced sadness are often the ones who know how to comfort others the best.
Because they've been there.
You know, I once heard someone say, sadness is like rain. It's uncomfortable, but it helps you grow.
That's beautiful. And it's true. If everything was always perfect, no one would grow, no one would change. Pain forces us to reevaluate our lives.
Exactly. Sadness makes us appreciate happiness more deeply.
It also teaches us to slow down, reflect, and reorganize our priorities.
Have you ever had a sad moment that actually motivated you to work harder, to change something, to become a better version of yourself?
Definitely. After losing a big opportunity once, I felt sad for weeks. But that sadness sparked something in me. I wanted to improve. I wanted to prove to myself that I could bounce back.
So sadness became fuel.
Exactly.
I think one important thing is self-talk. What we tell ourselves when we're sad shapes everything.
Yes. If we say things like, I'm worthless or no one cares, the sadness grows stronger.
But if we say, this hurts, but I'll get through it, the sadness becomes more manageable.
Kindness towards yourself is so powerful.
And so rare.
I think the most healing thing is talking about sadness openly, like we're doing now. Hearing someone say, I've been there too, is comforting.
Yes, it makes you feel less alone. Everyone carries sadness. Even the happiest looking people.
That's such an important reminder.
We all walk around with invisible stories.
Let's talk about healing. What helps you when you're sad?
Honestly, simple things. Sitting quietly, music, walking outside, talking to someone who understands.
Same. And also writing. Sometimes writing down how I feel helps me understand it.
I think sadness doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be felt.
Absolutely. Healing happens slowly and naturally. Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Ryan English Channel. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today we're diving into a beautiful topic. Happy moments. Moments that stay in your mind, brighten your day, change your mood, and sometimes even your life. But before we start, please subscribe our channel. It really helps us.
Yes, we talk so much about stress, routine, work, problems. But today, let's flip the energy. Let's talk about joy.
Exactly. And sometimes talking about happiness actually helps you feel happier. It brings you into that emotional space again.
Totally. So let's start simple. Jack, what's one of the happiest moments you remember clearly?
Easy. My happiest moment happened when I was maybe 7 or 8. My dad bought me a small blue bicycle. I had wanted a bike for so long, but we didn't have much money at the time, so I didn't expect it at all.
A surprise bike? That is magical.
It was. He brought it home after work, covered in dust from being in the truck. But to me, it looked shiny like gold. I remember touching the handlebars and not believing it was mine.
Oh, that made my heart warm. Did you know how to ride already?
No! I was terrible. I fell maybe 100 times. But even the falling was fun. I felt free, you know?
I love that simple childhood happiness. It's so pure. No thinking, no overanalyzing, just joy.
Right. What about you? Childhood happy moment?
Mine is a little funny. When I was about 6, I had my first birthday party with friends. And I remember being so excited about the cake. It was pink with strawberries. My mom put it on the table and everyone started singing.
Let me guess. You dropped it.
No, but my dog did. He jumped up, knocked the cake off the table, and it splattered everywhere.
No way!
I should have cried, right? But instead, I laughed so hard. All the kids laughed too. My mom thought we'd be upset, but we just sat on the floor and ate messy cake with our hands.
That's the best. Kids turn disasters into joy so easily.
Exactly. That moment still makes me smile.
You know, these memories remind me of something important. Happy moments don't need to be big.
Yes, they don't have to be wedding day or graduation. Sometimes it's a silly dog ruining your cake.
Or a cheap, dusty bicycle.
Happiness often hides in small moments, but we forget to notice them.
So today, let's talk about different kinds of happy moments. Childhood, family, friends, love, work wins, personal achievements.
And hopefully, listeners can practice English and remember their own happy memories. Let's jump to teenage years. Do you have a happy moment from that time?
Oh yeah. I remember in high school, I was having a really bad week. Lots of homework, stress, arguments with my parents. You know, teenage drama.
Oh, the classic teenage storm.
My best friend noticed I was down, and one day, he left a small note in my locker that said, "I don't know what you're going through, but I'm here. Also, I stole you a cookie from the cafeteria."
That is so wholesome.
It was. It was simple, but it made my whole week. I still have that note in a box.
Really?
Yes. It reminds me how powerful small kindness can be.
Honestly, I love that. Sometimes one small gesture can turn a dark day into a bright one. For me, one of my happiest teenage moments was when I won a school speech contest. I was shy, extremely shy. My voice shook when I talked in front of people.
And you still did it? That's brave.
Yes, my teacher encouraged me. I practiced every day for weeks. On the day of the contest, my hands were shaking like crazy.
And you won?
I did. When they called my name, I cried. It wasn't about the trophy. It was about proving to myself that I could do something scary.
Those moments stay forever. The day you realize you're stronger than you think. So, I've always wondered, what makes a moment truly happy?
Good question. For me, it's emotion plus connection. A meaningful feeling connected to someone or something important.
Yes, like joy mixed with meaning.
It could be pride, love, surprise, gratitude, even relief.
Or laughter that comes from the belly.
Exactly. A happy moment is anything that touches your heart.
Okay, now let's talk about travel. Do you have a happy travel moment?
Yes, the first time I saw the ocean. I grew up far from the coast, so I only saw it in movies. When I finally visited the beach, I remember standing there, feeling the wind, hearing the waves. I felt so small, but so alive.
Wow, I can imagine that. What color was the water?
Light blue, almost sparkling. I stood there forever, not even wanting to swim, just watching.
That's beautiful. Nature gives strong, happy moments.
What about you? Travel happiness.
Mine was in a small mountain town. It snowed the entire night. In the morning, everything was white and quiet. I walked outside and the snow was untouched. It felt like stepping into a painting.
Oh, I love that peaceful kind of happiness. Nature has a way of shutting down your thoughts and filling your heart. Now, let's talk about love, romantic happy moments.
Ah, yes, the juicy part.
Don't worry, I'm not asking for details, just one happy memory.
Okay, my happiest romantic moment was probably my first real date. Not the awkward high school kind, a real date. We walked around the city talking for hours. No plan, no pressure, just connection.
The best kind.
When we said goodbye, I remember thinking, wow, I didn't want the night to end. That moment stayed with me.
That's so sweet. For me, my happiest romantic moment was when someone I liked surprised me with a handmade card. No fancy gifts, just a card with a simple message. I appreciate you.
Handmade gifts hit different.
They're personal, and personal makes it powerful.
Let's move forward to adulthood. Do you have a happy moment at work?
Yes, the day I got my first real job offer. I had been sending applications for months, rejection after rejection. Then, one afternoon, I opened my email and saw the words, "Congratulations."
That feeling is incredible.
I literally screamed and jumped around my apartment.
I think everyone has had that one victory that feels like a mountain.
What about you?
Mine was when a project I worked on was finally approved after months of revisions. My manager said, "Good work, Jack." Just simple words, but it meant everything to me.
Recognition is powerful. I think the happiest moments often come from small things.
Yes, not huge events, just simple moments that make you feel alive.
Like drinking warm coffee on a cold morning.
Or laughing so hard your stomach hurts.
Or finishing a long day and lying down on your bed.
Or a message from someone you miss.
Or watching the sunset after a stressful day.
Happiness is everywhere if we pay attention.
One of my happiest adult memories was when a stranger helped me. I dropped my groceries on the street. Eggs broke, things rolled everywhere. I was exhausted after work and felt like crying.
Oh no.
Then a woman stopped, helped me pick everything up, and even gave me one of her extra bags. She smiled and said, "Don't worry, happens to all of us."
That warms my heart.
It changed my entire day.
Kindness from strangers is so powerful because you don't expect it. Another one for me was when I completed my first marathon.
A marathon? That's huge.
Well, okay. It was a half marathon.
Still impressive.
I trained for months. My legs were burning the entire last mile, but when I crossed the finish line, I felt this overwhelming emotion. Pride, exhaustion, relief, joy. I cried.
I believe it. Achieving something you worked on for a long time hits differently. Wow, we covered a lot already. Childhood moments, friends, love, travel, work, kindness.
And we're just getting started.
Yes, in part 2, we're going deeper, talking about how to create more happy moments, how to notice happiness in daily life, how to stay positive even during hard times, and more of our personal stories.
So stay with us. Part 2 is coming right up.
Let's continue this beautiful journey. You know, Jack, one thing I've realized is that happy moments don't always come from big events. Sometimes the smallest, quietest, simplest things carry the most joy.
Absolutely. People often think happiness means something huge. Winning an award, achieving something massive, traveling to a dream country. But sometimes the happiest moments are when you're drinking coffee at home, listening to soft music, and feeling peaceful.
Exactly. That cozy kind of joy. Actually, one of my happiest recent moments was waking up early one morning before the sun was up. My apartment was quiet, the air felt cool, and it just felt like a fresh start. Nothing special happened, but I felt so happy.
I know that feeling. That quiet morning energy. It's like the world hasn't started yet, so you get the first pick of the mood.
Yes, and I think we forget to appreciate moments like that. They're so pure. Do you think we miss happy moments because we're too distracted?
Definitely. People move so fast. Phones, work, notifications, expectations. It's like happiness gets pushed into the background. But when we slow down, the happy moments come into focus.
I had a moment like that last week. I was walking home from work. It wasn't a great day. Actually, it was stressful. But then the weather suddenly cooled down, there was a light breeze, and a song I loved came on my playlist, and the city lights looked beautiful. For a few minutes, everything felt perfect.
I love that. Isn't it amazing how one small thing can completely shift our mood?
Yes, it wasn't planned. It just happened. But it was one of the happiest moments of my week.
Speaking of happiness, what about when you were a kid? Do you remember something that made you extremely happy?
Oh, yeah, I have a good one. When I was around 8 years old, my dad bought me a small toy robot. It wasn't expensive or fancy, but I wanted it for months. And the moment he gave it to me, I felt like I had won the lottery.
That kind of happiness is magical. Kids feel joy in such a pure way. No overthinking, no comparing, no expectations.
Totally. What about you? What was your happiest childhood moment?
I think it was when my mom let me decorate the Christmas tree for the first time. I felt so proud. I kept stepping back, looking at my work, rearranging things, adding more lights. It made me feel creative and important.
That sounds adorable. I can picture little Emma taking her decorating job very seriously.
Oh, I did. It felt like the whole living room was transformed into a magical place that I created. That memory still makes me happy.
It's interesting how we remember those happy moments so clearly, even years later.
I think it's because happiness leaves a mark on us. It might be brief, but it feels meaningful. And our brain loves to store feelings that feel good.
That makes sense. But don't you think we often remember the big, sad moments more easily than the small, happy ones?
We do, but that's why it's important to talk about happy moments. When we tell someone about something that made us happy, it becomes more alive. It becomes stronger in our memory.
That's true. Sometimes sharing a happy memory makes you relive the joy.
Exactly. And that's what this whole episode is about, helping people remember that happiness exists in so many small, everyday places.
Okay, let's talk about happy moments with friends, because those are usually the most fun.
For sure. I think some of my happiest moments with friends were the unplanned nights. Like when someone says, "Hey, want to grab dinner?" And it turns into 4 hours of laughing, storytelling, and joking around.
Those are the best kind. Spontaneous happiness.
Yes. And it's funny, you might not even do anything special. Just talking with people you care about can create the best memories.
I have one memory like that. My friends and I once went to the beach late at night. We weren't supposed to be there because it was already closed, but we were young and didn't care. We sat on the sand, listened to the waves, and talked about life. It was one of the happiest nights ever.
That sounds amazing. Sometimes the simplest experiences become the strongest memories.
What about happy moments at work? Do you have any?
Surprisingly, yes. A few months ago, I finished a big project and my team surprised me with a tiny celebration. Nothing big, just cake and a card, but I felt appreciated. It made me so happy.
I love moments like that. Recognition can be powerful.
Exactly. It's not about the cake. It's about the feeling of, hey, you did great.
I totally get that. For me, it's when a student or someone we're helping says, "Thank you, you made this easier." That kind of happiness is special. It's quiet but deep.
Meaningful happiness. Okay, let's do something fun. I want to try a little experiment.
What kind of experiment?
Let's try to describe something around us right now that makes us feel happy, even if it's something small.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, I'm looking at this warm cup of tea in front of me. The steam looks soft, the tea smells calming, and just holding it makes me feel relaxed and happy.
Nice. For me, I'm looking at the sunlight hitting the studio wall. It creates this soft golden color that feels peaceful. It makes me happy because it reminds me that the day is beautiful.
See? Happiness is everywhere. You just have to look for it.
Exactly.
Do you ever have those moments where happiness surprises you? Like you weren't expecting it at all?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes when I'm having a bad day, someone might smile at me or say something kind, and suddenly my mood changes.
Yes, kindness is such a powerful source of happiness.
Absolutely. And unexpected happiness is sometimes the best kind.
Like discovering money in your old jacket pocket?
Yes, that's instant happiness.
You know, Jack, the more we talk about happy moments, the more I realize how many we forget. simply because life moves so fast.
Absolutely. Happiness is everywhere, but we often walk right past it. It's like our brains are trained to pay more attention to stress or problems.
True, but when you intentionally think about happy moments, it's like they suddenly become brighter in your memory.
Let's talk about small happy moments. Micro moments, I guess. The ones people don't usually think about.
Oh, I love those. The tiny things that feel like a warm hug. Like when your morning coffee is exactly the right temperature. That moment, amazing.
Or when you find money in a pocket of jeans you forgot about.
Yes, that's like a gift from your past self.
For me, one tiny happy moment is when a song comes on that fits my mood perfectly. Like the universe is DJing for me.
That's so real. Music can turn an ordinary moment into a special one.
What's one tiny happy moment you had recently?
Yesterday, actually, I was walking home and this little kid was blowing bubbles in the park. And one bubble floated over to me, and I just stopped and laughed because it felt so peaceful.
That's adorable. It's funny how kids create happy moments for everyone around them without even trying.
Exactly. They remind us to enjoy simple things.
Okay, let's shift gears. We talked about tiny happy moments. Let's talk about big ones, those life-changing moments.
Oh, I have one. Graduating college. I didn't cry at the ceremony, but as soon as I got home, I sat on the kitchen floor and cried happy tears.
That's such a cinematic moment.
It felt like the end of a chapter and the start of a new one, a good one. What about you?
When my nephew was born, I held him and he was so small. And I just thought, wow, this is family. This is real.
That's beautiful. Babies create a different kind of happiness. Soft, quiet, emotional.
Yeah, it stayed with me for days. I didn't even want to sleep because I was so full of happiness.
Let's talk about people who make us happy. Everyone has that one person who brings sunshine.
For me, it's my best friend. Whenever we hang out, we laugh until our faces hurt. He has this energy that makes every moment brighter.
Laughter with someone close is such powerful happiness. It makes you feel connected.
What about you? Who brings you that kind of happiness?
My sister. We're adults now, but whenever we talk, I feel like we're kids again. It's like a reset button for my soul.
That's so wholesome. Family happiness hits differently.
Yeah, and it reminds me that happiness is often about people, not things.
Do you ever get happy from something you didn't expect to enjoy?
All the time. Last week, I accidentally joined a cooking class because I thought it was a yoga class.
What? How?
I misread the schedule. I thought it said yoga night, but it actually said yogurt night. Learn to make homemade yogurt.
No way.
I walked in confused, but I stayed and it was so fun. Plus, I got to bring home yogurt.
Unexpected happiness tastes like yogurt now.
Vanilla yogurt with honey and laughter.
Something I've noticed is that gratitude multiplies happiness.
Completely agree. When you say out loud what you're grateful for, it becomes real.
So let's do it. 3 things we're grateful for today.
Okay. 1, sunlight. 2, good conversations like this one. 3, my health.
Nice. Mine. 1, people who smile back. 2, music. 3, having goals that excite me.
That's a good list, and you just proved the point. When we think about happy things, we feel happy.
Exactly. Happiness is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Here's a powerful type of happiness, helping someone.
Yes, when you make someone else's day better, your day gets better too.
Last week, I helped an older lady carry her groceries up the stairs. She smiled so big, and that smile stayed with me for days.
Kindness creates happiness in 2 hearts at the same time.
Beautifully said.
Thank you. I felt poetic for a moment.
Okay, here's a fun thing. What future happy moment are you looking forward to?
Traveling somewhere I've never been. I'm planning a trip, and even thinking about it makes me happy.
Where?
Maybe Japan.
Food, culture, neon lights, yes please.
That sounds amazing. I'm already jealous. What about you? Future happiness.
Learning something new. Maybe dancing. I've always wanted to try salsa.
Salsa dancing? That sounds fun and chaotic.
Exactly, the kind of happiness I need. You know, after talking for so long, I realized something. Happiness doesn't have to be big or dramatic.
Yep, it can be a moment, a person, a memory, a cup of tea, or even a bubble floating in the air.
Happiness is everywhere if you look for it.
And if you create it.
Yes, happiness is something you can build.
So, to everyone listening, notice the small things, appreciate the big things, and share your happy moments with someone. They grow when you share them.
Beautiful. And remember, happiness is not something you find, it's something you practice.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Rian English Channel podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today's conversation is a fun one, something everyone enjoys talking about, food. More specifically, our favorite foods. But before we start, please subscribe our channel. It really helps us.
Yes, food is such a universal topic. It connects people from everywhere. You can talk about food with anyone, even if you don't know them well.
Exactly. So today we're going to spend 2 hours chatting about our favorite foods, why we love them, how they make us feel, memories attached to them, and even some funny food stories.
And we'll slow down, repeat ideas in natural ways, and speak in a conversational rhythm so learners can follow easily. Ready?
Absolutely. Let's dive in. Emma, let's start simple. What's your absolute favorite food?
Oh, that's tough. I have many favorites. But if I really had to choose one, like one food to eat for the rest of my life, I'd probably say pasta.
Pasta. Nice. Why pasta?
Because it's comforting. It's warm, filling, and there are so many variations. Creamy pasta, tomato pasta, spicy pasta, cheesy pasta. It can match any mood I'm in. And when I'm stressed, pasta makes me feel calm.
I get that. There's something soothing about a good warm bowl of pasta. Do you have a specific type you love?
Yes, fettuccine alfredo. Creamy, soft, rich. I know it's not the healthiest option, but it just feels like a warm hug.
A warm hug in a bowl. I love that description. Okay, let me ask, do you make it at home or do you prefer eating it at restaurants?
I make it at home sometimes, but to be honest, restaurants always make it better. They have that perfect balance of cream, butter, and cheese that I can never quite get right.
Same here. Restaurant pasta always tastes a bit more professional. All right, your turn. Ask me about my favorite food.
Okay, Jack, what is your number one favorite food?
Easy. Sushi.
Nice. Sushi lovers are always passionate about sushi. Why sushi?
Because sushi feels fresh. It's clean, light, healthy, and it doesn't make me feel heavy after eating. And I love the combination of flavors. Rice, fish, seaweed, soy sauce, wasabi. Everything just works together.
True, it's such a balanced food. Do you have a favorite type of sushi?
Definitely salmon nigiri. It's simple. Just rice and salmon, no complicated toppings, just pure flavor.
I like salmon too. Did you always like sushi or did it grow on you?
Funny story, I actually didn't like sushi the first time I tried it. I think I was 14 or 15, and I wasn't used to raw fish. It felt strange. But a few years later, I tried it again, and suddenly I loved it.
That happened to me with avocado. The first time I tried it, I didn't get the hype. Now I absolutely love it.
Yep, some foods take time. Let's talk about childhood foods. What were your favorites growing up?
Oh, when I was a kid, my favorite food was grilled cheese sandwiches. Super simple, just bread, butter, and cheese, but I loved it so much. I'd eat it after school almost every day.
Sounds delicious. Did you eat it with tomato soup?
Sometimes that combination is perfect on rainy days. What about you?
My childhood favorite was fried chicken. My mom made the best fried chicken, crispy on the outside, juicy inside, perfectly seasoned. I still remember the smell.
Food memories are so strong. Isn't it amazing how certain food smells can instantly bring back moments from your childhood?
Absolutely. Whenever I smell fried chicken now, it reminds me of weekends at home. My mom cooking in the kitchen, my siblings running around, the whole house filled with good smells.
That's so sweet. Food really connects to emotions. Let's talk comfort foods. What's your go-to comfort food now? Honestly, ice cream. I know it's cliche, but ice cream makes everything feel better. When I'm sad, stressed, or tired, ice cream helps.
What flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
People either love or hate that flavor.
I know, right? I've had debates about it. For me, it's refreshing and sweet at the same time.
My comfort food is ramen. Hot noodle soup. Not the instant one, but real ramen. Though I'd like to admit, I still enjoy instant noodles sometimes.
Hey, no judgment. Instant noodles have a special place in many hearts.
If you had to eat one food every day for a month, what would it be?
Fruit bowls. Mixed fruit. Watermelon, berries, bananas, apples, grapes. It's refreshing and healthy, and I wouldn't get bored easily.
Interesting. I didn't expect that answer.
I know, right? But I love fresh fruit. What about you?
Probably sandwiches. You can make them in endless ways. Different breads, meats, vegetables, sauces. It's like a food canvas.
Food canvas. I like that. What is one food you wish you could cook well?
Steak. I always either overcook it or undercook it. I can never hit that perfect medium.
Same. I struggle with that too. I wish I could make perfect homemade bread. Mine always turns out dense.
Bread making is a skill. You need patience and strong arms for kneading. Do you have any unusual food combinations you like? Something people find strange?
Yes, I love peanut butter with apples. Some people think it's weird.
That's not weird. That's actually delicious.
Okay, then here's a weird one. Popcorn with hot sauce.
Now that is unique.
It's spicy and crunchy. It's great.
Mine would be fries with ice cream. Dip the fry in the ice cream. Sweet and salty.
I love that. People judge it until they try it.
Let's talk about foods we discovered while traveling.
Ooh, yes, I love this topic. What's a food you tried in another country that became one of your favorites? In Thailand, I tried mango sticky rice. Oh my goodness, it was heaven. Simple ingredients, mango, sticky rice, coconut milk, but the combination is magic.
I love that dish. For me, it's tacos from Mexico. Real tacos. Not the American version, but authentic ones. Fresh tortillas, juicy meat, cilantro, lime. Life-changing.
Travel really opens your food world. Do you have any foods that remind you of someone?
Yes. Apple pie reminds me of my grandmother. She baked the best apple pie in the world. Whenever I see apple pie, I think of her kitchen, her smile, and the warmth of her home.
That's beautiful. For me, mashed potatoes remind me of holidays with my family. Everyone sitting together, laughing, eating. It's one of my happiest memories.
Let's talk breakfast. What's your ideal breakfast?
Pancakes. Fluffy pancakes with syrup and maybe berries.
Same here. But I also love eggs. Scrambled, omelets, fried,
Breakfast foods are the best. Do you prefer eating out or eating at home?
Depends. If I want comfort food, home cooked. If I want something special, restaurant.
Same. Sometimes cooking feels relaxing, and other times I just want someone else to do the work.
What's one food you haven't tried yet but want to?
I want to try real Italian pizza in Italy. Not American pizza, but actual traditional Italian pizza.
Same. I also want to try Vietnamese pho in Vietnam.
We should travel for food one day.
Yes, a food tour podcast episode.
Last question for part 1. What food makes you instantly happy the moment you see it?
Chocolate cake. No hesitation.
For me, fresh donuts, especially warm ones.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too. And we still have more to discuss in part 2.
So, Emma, earlier you mentioned that you love pasta, especially creamy pasta. But I'm curious, if you could only eat one pasta dish for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's cruel. One pasta for life? That's like asking someone to pick their favorite child. But okay, if I had to choose, I'd probably go with fettuccine alfredo. It's creamy, comforting, and just makes everything feel better.
Yeah, that's a solid choice. Mine would be lasagna. Layers of pasta, cheese, sauce. It feels like a celebration in a dish.
Lasagna is such a commitment, though. It feels like it takes hours to make.
True, but when you finally take it out of the oven, it's worth every minute. And I like foods that feel like they have a ritual to them. Lasagna is like, I love myself enough to bake something big.
I never thought of lasagna as a form of self-love, but honestly, you're right. So if lasagna is your ride or die pasta, what's your runner-up?
Spaghetti carbonara, the real one. No cream, just eggs, cheese, pepper, and guanciale.
I love carbonara, but I definitely make it the wrong way because I always add cream.
Italians are screaming somewhere.
They scream at everything food-related. I breathe incorrectly in your pasta, and suddenly it's a crime.
But it's fine. Cooking is about enjoyment, not perfection.
You know what's interesting? Our favorite foods now say something about who we are, but childhood favorites reveal who we were. What was your favorite food when you were a kid?
Fish sticks. I love them. My mom used to bake them in the oven until they were golden and crispy, and I would dip them in ketchup like a little monster.
You were a ketchup kid. I can see it.
What about you?
Mine was grilled cheese, just bread, butter, and melted cheese, but it made me so happy. And tomato soup on the side, best combo ever.
Oh, classic comfort food.
Totally. And to this day, if I'm having a stressful day, I'll still make grilled cheese. It's like edible nostalgia.
That's what a lot of favorite foods are. Memories you can eat.
Wow, that's a poetic way to put it.
Let's shift to something bigger. International food. If you had to pick one country's cuisine to eat for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Korean food. Easy choice.
That was fast.
Because Korean food has everything. Spicy dishes, comforting stews, grilled meats, cold noodles, crispy pancakes. It's so diverse. And the side dishes, oh my gosh, I love banchan.
Kimchi for life?
Kimchi forever. I could eat it every day.
I respect that. For me, I think it would be Japanese cuisine.
That makes sense. You always talk about ramen.
Yes, but not just ramen. Sushi, udon, curry, tempura, onigiri, miso soup. Everything is simple, but so thoughtful.
I love Japanese food too, especially tonkatsu. That crispy pork cutlet is amazing.
Yes, and the dipping sauce, perfect.
Curious, have you ever tried making Japanese dishes at home?
I've tried making sushi rolls. They came out ugly, but delicious.
Sushi at home is always ugly. It's like a universal rule.
So, what about you? Have you cooked Korean food?
Yes, I make kimchi fried rice all the time. It's so easy and so satisfying.
Let's talk about instant mood-boosting foods. What's something you can eat that instantly makes you happy?
French fries. Absolutely. Without hesitation.
Salt, crunch, guilt, joy, yes.
There's something magical about fries. Even bad fries are still good.
True. But what kind of fries, though? Thin, Thick, curly, crinkle cut.
Curly fries. They're the royalty of fries.
I like thin, crispy ones, the kind that almost snap in your hand.
Those are great too, but I'll eat any fries. I don't discriminate.
My instant mood booster? Ice cream. Specifically, chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's a classic comfort flavor.
When life is stressful, ice cream understands.
Ice cream always listens.
Now, let me ask a controversial question. What food do you not like?
Olives. I can't do olives.
Really? Even on pizza?
Especially on pizza. Why would someone ruin pizza like that?
I like olives, but I get why people don't. What about you? What food do you avoid?
I'm not a fan of very spicy food. I can handle some heat, but when it feels like my tongue is melting, no thank you.
But spicy food is so much fun.
Fun is not supposed to hurt.
Pain builds character.
My character is built enough.
Let's talk drinks. What's your go-to drink with a meal?
I'm boring. I drink water with most meals.
That's healthy, though.
But if I want something fun, I'll get iced tea.
Sweet or unsweetened?
Unsweetened.
You're a monster.
What about you?
Iced coffee. Doesn't matter what I'm eating. Iced coffee goes with everything.
Even pizza?
Yep.
Even steak?
Absolutely.
Even soup?
Laughing. Yes, iced coffee is universal.
Is there a food you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
Yes, authentic Turkish breakfast. I've seen pictures and videos. It looks incredible.
Oh, the huge spread, bread, cheese, olives, eggs, jams.
Yes, it looks like heaven.
I'd love to try real Ethiopian food someday. Eating with your hands, sharing everything, the whole experience seems amazing.
I've had Ethiopian food before, but not in Ethiopia. Still, it was incredible.
Do you remember your best restaurant experience ever?
Yes, it was the small Italian place in a side street. I ordered a simple dish, cacio and pepe, but it changed my life. It was so flavorful, so creamy, so perfect.
The kind of dish that makes you close your eyes?
Yes, exactly that. What about you?
Mine was a sushi bar, only 8 seats. The chef made everything right in front of us. Every piece tasted like the chef put his entire soul into it.
That sounds amazing. It was unforgettable.
When you're sick, what's your go-to food?
Soup. Chicken noodle soup, specifically.
Classic. For me, congee. Simple, warm, healing.
And when you're tired?
Pizza. Always pizza.
Shame.
Let's be honest, favorite foods aren't always healthy.
Definitely not. But if you had to pick a favorite healthy food,
Grilled salmon. I love it.
that's a great choice. For me, avocado. I can eat avocado on anything.
Even ice cream?
I would try it.
You are brave.
What's one food you could eat every single day?
Rice. It goes with everything.
True. For me, eggs. Scrambled, fried, boiled. Eggs are so versatile.
Eggs are the Swiss Army knife of food.
Exactly.
So let us continue in the next part. More stories, more favorites, more delicious memories.
Stay with us, everyone. Part 3 is coming up.
All right, Jack. So far we've talked about childhood favorite foods, adult favorite foods, comfort foods, guilty pleasures. But now I want to get into something slightly deeper. Food and identity. Do you think the foods you love say something about who you are?
Oh, absolutely. I think your favorite foods tell a story. Where you grew up, what kind of environment you lived in, your family traditions, even your personality. Like me, I love bold flavors, spicy flavors, unusual textures. And honestly, I think that reflects how I like to live. I enjoy excitement, a little risk, doing things differently.
That's actually true. Your favorite foods are definitely adventurous. Meanwhile, mine are like warm, safe hugs.
Yeah, yours are cozy foods. Simple, soft, comforting, and you are exactly like that with people.
Aw, that's sweet. But yes, food always connects to personality. For example, I love breakfast foods, eggs, pancakes, fruit bowls, because mornings are my peaceful time. I love starting gently. I think breakfast foods match that vibe.
And you always eat slowly. I notice that every time we eat together.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's good. I inhale my food like a vacuum cleaner.
You do. It's honestly impressive.
But yeah, food reveals a lot. Like people who love spicy food usually love thrills or challenges. People who love sweets often enjoy little rewards and comfort. People who love salads and clean foods might focus on health or balance. Obviously not always, but sometimes it matches.
Let's talk about food and culture. What part of your culture's food do you love most?
The communal part. Eating with others is such a beautiful tradition. Big meals, shared dishes, everyone reaching across the table, having conversations as the food keeps coming. Some cultures treat food like a daily family reunion.
I love that too. I love how food brings people together. Holidays, birthdays, celebrations, even sad moments. Food is always there. Even when you're comforting someone, sometimes you say, "Let me make you something."
Exactly. Food becomes this emotional language.
I also love how every culture has its own signature flavors. Sometimes you can taste a dish and immediately know where it comes from. Spices, cooking style, even the shape of bread can tell a story.
Yes, like the smell of garlic frying in oil. Half the world uses that perfume.
Best perfume on earth.
Honestly, yes.
Okay, fun topic. What is a food you wish you liked, but you just don't?
Olives.
Really?
Everyone acts like olives are this cool, elegant adult food. They eat them with wine, put them on charcuterie boards, talk about how complex they are. But to me, they taste like concentrated salt bombs soaked in mystery juice.
Mystery juice. I'm dying.
I've tried so many times. Green ones, black ones, stuffed ones. No. My taste buds reject the whole experience.
I feel that way about oysters.
Oh, the ocean jelly.
Exactly. People say it tastes like the sea. And I'm like, yes, that's the problem.
That's so true.
The texture is like swallowing a baby alien.
I can't unhear that.
Now, what's a food you expected to hate but ended up loving?
Sushi. I was terrified the first time I tried raw fish, but the moment I tasted it, mind blown. It's delicate, brash, flavorful, totally different from what I expected.
Same. Also, hummus. I thought it looked boring, like beige mashed something. But once I tried it, I was obsessed.
Hummus is one of those foods that should win awards. It improves everything it touches.